Hey there, Gemstones. So it's been a while since I posted anything because I manifested a new job. Oh, a job in general. I've been working on myself and shifting my perspective for a long time in order to get a job that would benefit me and the lifestyle that I'm wanting for myself. And I finally did it. I had a major breakthrough, and I had a major breakthrough about a month and a half ago. And I was just like, dude, the thoughts that I'm thinking are actually extremely obstructive and confusing and not really helping me to manifest the kind of thing that I want. So I need to shift thoughts here. And so I did a little bit of shift and shake and meditation and conscious awareness, and then my intuition seemed to just kick in, and it became this really loud, clear voice that was just like, you're gonna find a job, but it's gonna come from somewhere unexpected. And sure enough, it did. And what ended up happening is I went to this event called Paint Night with a couple of buddies. Well, a buddy, her husband, and her best friend. It was my first time meeting her bestie. And her best friend, out of the blue, after we went to this event, was just like, hey, so my job is actually hiring right now if you're looking for one. I'm like, oh, okay. And actually on the inside, this like flag was going up being like, dude, this is what I was telling you about. That unexpected place that the job would be coming from, this is it. This is it. Go ahead, do it, take it. And so I went ahead and went for it, went home, researched the place that she was talking about. And pretty much everything that I was reading, I was like, holy crap. I'm finding a job that would perfectly benefit the lifestyle that I want for myself. This is what I've been trying to manifest for a really long time. And I'm like, I got this in the bag. So put together my resume, tweaked it up, put together a cover letter, turned it in. It seemed like 2 days later, I get a call. You want an interview? And so I show up for the interview, and right on the spot, they do a secondary interview. I'm like, holy freaking crap, what the hell is this? So I do the secondary interview. 2 days later, hey, you want to start Monday? So now I have a full-time job with the potential for benefits and whatnot. It has great pay with the potential for that pay to grow depending on my performance. And I'm really, really excited. This is going to help me out big time. I've been trying to manifest this for a while. And then right after manifesting this, my physical health that I've been trying to work on for well over a year now, I've been consciously working on trying to improve it. Suddenly there was a major breakthrough and just skyrocket of improvement. And so physically, I feel better. Mentally and emotionally, I feel better. Spiritually, I am feeling amazing and whatnot. So it just all happened all at once, and I feel so good. And that is the vlogish portion of it, is feeling so incredibly amazing because I manifested something. It did deter me from working on producing videos and from working on my art as much, but now that I have a moment to actually put a video out there, I am putting a video out there to be like, hey, I'm still alive and still trying to do stuff, but I'm trying to adjust to this new life, because this is the first full-time job I've ever had. I've always had like part-time jobs with weird shifts and working all over the place and whatnot. So finally I have something that's a lot more set in stone and beneficial for me. So excited. Okay, so what was it that I was going to talk about in this week's video? Alright, that's right. Even though I was experiencing a lot of benefit, I still noticed that there were people in my experience, loved ones, people that I cared about, that they were trying to make stuff work out for themselves, and it wasn't working out that much. And so I wanted to give my 2 cents to them. Not critical 2 cents. Heck no, that is not what this is at all. Please don't hit the stop button and walk away. my 2 cents, meaning my contribution of good energy your way to help you to feel better about yourself, that it's not always going to be craptastic, that it can actually get really amazing for yourself. And how I aim to do that is by telling you that you're amazing, you're phantasmagorical, you're awesome, you're priceless, your existence benefits fathoms, contributes fathoms to society, to the universe, to all that is. And I am so grateful for your existence. And let me clarify for you that your purpose is not to suffer. For me personally, I believe that the general purpose of all beings is to acquire knowledge and pass it on. That is our purpose. Because that's how growth and natural evolution, I can talk right now, I really can. How natural growth and evolution happen is through acquiring knowledge and passing it on. Because knowledge is the real power. Knowledge is kind of the essence of life, if you think about it. I mean, we carry everything within our DNA, not just within the brain cavity, and then we pass that on when we reproduce, if we reproduce. Or if we don't reproduce, then we pass on what's in our brain cavity to other people, or in the heart center to others. And it's gathering knowledge and passing it on. And your knowledge that you have gathered is not worthless. Trust me, it's priceless. No matter who you are, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, whatever knowledge that you gather and pass on is priceless. It is a contribution to the overall growth, development, and well-being of the universe. So even if it feels like you're in a rut right now, even if it feels like things are icky and not fun right now, you are actually acquiring knowledge through those experiences that seem icky. Like, say you were applying for a job and you worked really hard and you felt like you were going to get it, and then you didn't get it. If you think about it, maybe the reason you didn't get that job is because there's something else, something that's much better and much more beneficial for you, your learning and your growth, than what you were trying to apply for. But what you tried to apply for was a good foundation for letting you know just how capable and powerful you were. You got to the point where you felt like you had it in the bag. They were the ones that decided that you didn't, but it doesn't mean that you didn't. It doesn't mean that you were incapable. It just meant that they made that decision or whatnot. Maybe they felt like somebody else that was competing for the job had something that they wanted. Maybe they'll find out the hard way that that person actually wasn't a good fit. And maybe the reason you didn't acquire that job is because you would have suffered being in that job. May not seem like it from where you're standing, but maybe that was the reason why. Is because if you would have gone into that job, you would have suffered in it. Maybe you would have gotten great pay or great hours, or it would have been located close to home so you could spend more time with your kids, but it had something that maybe you weren't seeing that the universe was, and the universe was trying to tell you, don't go there, girlfriend. You don't want to do that. That's not good for your health. It's not a beneficiary. Maybe it's one of those situations like that, for example. Try to shift your perspective and see the good in it. Try to utilize your ability to respond in a way that benefits you. Maybe the reason that you didn't get that job is the universe is trying to tell you that you need to cultivate that thinking a little bit more and work on you first. Work on getting yourself in a good place so that you're not spreading yourself too thin by, oh, I'm going into this new job when I've done half butt work with myself, and now I'm going to be stretched too thin because I'm trying to work on myself while working at this job, while working with my family and my kids, and I feel like I'm getting nowhere, anywhere with anything, that there's no improvement, there's no growth, and I feel stuck, and I feel strained, and I feel depressed, and there's just too much overwhelmment. I've put myself in those situations before. It is not fun. I do not recommend it. I do recommend work on yourself. Work really deeply with yourself, thoroughly, deeply with yourself, with self-love and appreciation, with knowing what it is that you want from yourself, it is that you expect from yourself. Are you being too hard on yourself? Or are you actually practicing kindness? Are you doing what you're doing because of other people's opinions, or because that is truly, deeply, thoroughly what you want for yourself, what you expect of yourself? Whatever the case may be, try to see the solution of the situation rather than the problem. Try to be like, maybe the reason I didn't get that job is because the universe is seeing something that I'm not, and I need to pay more attention. That situation happens to me all the time, where I'm just like, dude, why didn't I work out? And then I wait like a span of time, whether it's a few days, a week, a month, or a year, and that situation pops back up, and I see it from a different perspective, and I'm like, oh, that's why the universe said no. And either it's because something within myself wasn't a high enough vibration to match the situation, and so I wasn't a match to it in that regard, or there was something in that situation that I couldn't see because I was down there and they were like right here, and there was a wall, and the universe was trying to show me what was on the other side of the wall by telling me you don't want that. But anyway, that is my 2 cents contribution to you. If something isn't working out, it's because you're not lined up with it. And if you're not lined up with it, it might not necessarily be a bad thing that you're not lined up with it. It could be the reason you're not lined up with it is because there's something you're not seeing that would actually make you suffer. Or the reason you're not lined up with it is because you really do need to focus on yourself, on the self-love and the self-appreciation, so that you don't stretch yourself too thin when you acquire that particular job, or when you succeed in achieving that particular situation, or whatever. So that's my 2 cents. That is the joy and the good vibes I'm sending your way. That is me supporting you and being like, you're doing great. Keep moving forward. You can do this. I believe in you. I believe in you. But anyway, so thank you very much for watching. Your very existence is a contribution to mine, and I am honored by your very existence. So thank you for watching. If you like what I had to say, like button. If you want to see more of what I have to say, subscribe. If you have questions or comments or whatever, comment box down below. Type away. I love a good conversation. I love a good interaction. Doesn't matter what you have to say. I do benefit from it. Even if it's that you're wanting me to discuss content in a future video, that could happen depending on the question that you have. I totally would benefit from that. So thank you very much, and have a wonderful life.